Hey guys, my name is Julia Rutherford, and I'm going to be talking to you about assistive technology. So, before we start, what is assistive technology is the question that we need to answer. So, assistive technology is any piece of equipment, a software program, an app, something that a child with a disability can use to increase or improve um, everyday functions or capabilities. So, here's an example of one. This is a tablet. Um, and there's words on it, and they can touch the words, and then they can speak, so they're able to communicate with everyone else. There's many different options of this. And then here is a wheelchair, so they can move around with everyone else. Also, if you look, there is another like speaking device attached to a pole to their wheelchair, so they can also speak. Here is a computer and a keyboard, but if you look at the keyboard, it is not like some of the keyboards that we use. Looks like there's different letters and symbols on there, as well as the screen. So that's another piece of assistive technology. A hearing aid. Um, a hearing aid can be used for a student. I've seen it where the teacher or professor wears a microphone, and then the teacher speaks into the microphone, and then that sound goes directly into the child's ear so they can hear much better, very clearly, and the student is not distracted by other sounds around them, so it just goes directly into the ear, which is actually pretty cool. So, common uses of technology in the classroom. So, we're all going to be teachers, and most likely we are going to have a student with an IEP or something in our classroom, even if we are not doing the dual program that Millersville offers us. So, here are just some common, simple things, um, assistive technologies that most people don't really realize that they're assistive technologies, but they are. So, a pencil grip. I know it sounds kind of simple, and it is, but if you have a student in your classroom and they're doing like a little like writing worksheet or something, and they are gripping the pencil or pen or however they're writing with all five fingers and pressing really hard, probably should look at getting them a pencil grip. I know occupational therapists use this a lot for like sensory things, and it tells them where to put like their thumb and their pointer finger and stuff. It's actually really nice. So there's many different names for it, like highlighter strip, reader strip, whatever you want to call it, but this is really good for students who have a learning disability, maybe dyslexia or like a reading disability, so they can only focus on a sentence at a time or a paragraph at a time, so they can chunk it up so they're not jumping all over the place when they're reading. But there's like many different options of it, but it's very nice that they can just take that one sentence. So these are really cool actually. So these are desks, but you can actually adjust the height. There's like a crank on the side where you can adjust the height. So like the little boy in the wheelchair, he can just sit at a desk like everyone else. And then there are chairs in the back for the two girls. So you can adjust the height, especially with like tables and group work. If your school doesn't have a desk, like separate desks, you can get a table and you can adjust the height of the tables. So these are pretty common. I call them cube chairs. I know there's many different names for them, but these are pretty common in preschools, especially like students with autism. They like to be held. So if they sit in the chair, it boxes them in and it makes them feel like compact. So that's a really good use of assistive technology. Also, there's like another version of it where students with like ADHD can like bounce up and down. So there's just some simple examples of assistive technology. Hope you guys enjoyed.